Elon Musk was welcomed to the political NFL, if you will, and it all culminated with this 38-second moment.
Elon gave an incredible service. Nobody like him, and he had to go through the slings and the arrows, which is a shame because he's an incredible patriot. The good news is that 90% of the country knows that, and they appreciate it, and they really appreciate what he did. And I gave him a little special something we have here.
Thank you. A
very special that I give to very special people. I have given it to some, but it goes to very special people, and I thought I'd give it to Elon as a presentation from our country.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elon.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Those last 4 words, right before Trump left, they send a clear message, don't they? That bromance, the first buddy thing, is over. That's our Why It Matters segment tonight. Today's edition of the Oval Office Smackdown made us think of the opening weeks of the NFL, when a particularly talented rookie gets a particularly hard hit, misses a tackle or a fumble. At that important time in the game, the commentators always say, "Welcome to the NFL, young man." It's different in the NFL. It's different, as Elon Musk figured out, in the Oval Office. Musk's been sidelined by Trump. No longer the darling of America's elite, Musk tried this week to rehabilitate himself in the media, to become relevant again. And he talked to 2 of the outlets that Trump hates the most. Tuesday, Elon taped a CBS interview and questioned Trump's big, beautiful bill. He also talked to the Washington Post. Wednesday, Musk announced he's officially leaving the White House. Thursday, Trump invited Musk to say goodbye from the Oval Office. He announced a press conference. And after the press conference was announced, the New York Times dropped a massive hit piece on Musk, filled with leaks, presumably from the White House. The article says Musk was taking so much ketamine it was affecting his bladder, along with ecstasy and magic mushrooms. It says he traveled with a daily medication box that held about 20 pills, including one with the markings of the stimulant Adderall. And that was according to a photo of the box and people who had seen the box. That last line implied during the campaign people traveling perhaps with Donald Trump. It's no surprise that Elon takes drugs. But the timing of this article and Elon's departure, not a coincidence. To cap off the week, Musk had to watch Trump jet off to Pennsylvania to celebrate a massive steel deal. Now, that deal received high praise from the state's Democratic governor. And Trump then went even further on steel tariffs.
We're going to bring it from 25% to 50%, the tariffs on steel into the United States of America, which will even further secure the steel industry in the United States. Nobody's going to get around that.
Well, that announcement may not have been directed at Elon Musk, but it definitely hurts Tesla. The company imports massive amounts of steel to manufacture its EVs. We also took note. Trump didn't mention Musk once at all during that huge rally. A couple of months ago, Musk would have been center stage with his MAGA hat on. To put it kindly, no one is having a worse week than Elon, except for maybe the Democrats and Joe Biden. We're going to get to that later with George Will. But if you want to talk about a real 1-2 punch in the Oval Office today, Musk happened to show up with what appeared to be, and you can see in that picture up there, a black eye. Elon's own son apparently socked him so hard that he left a mark.
Yeah, no, I was just walking around with little X, and I said, go ahead, punch me in the face, and he did. It turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
That was X that did?
Yeah.
X could do it. If you knew X, you
I
could
saw his
do
mom
it.
right now.
Brings new meaning to this moment from little X during Musk's first Oval Office visit back in February. And this was a press conference that was very different. The interaction between Trump and Musk back then, totally different than today. And pay close attention to what the 5-year-old says to President Trump.
You say, what is the goal of DOGE, and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, aren't we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have a feedback loop, okay, you would have to, if you sorry.
Well, if you couldn't hear little X in that, he told Trump, "You're not the president." Then he told Trump, "You need to go away." Back then, Trump, Elon, little X, had a laugh, and then they all headed to Mar-a-Lago on Air Force One. Not anymore. So we say to Elon, welcome to the NFL.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.